Good morning, everyone. As usual, all adventures begin from the living room here, and finishing up the morning coffee. And I was talking to Candy the other day, and it occurred to us that this is going to sound strange, but it occurred to us that we live on a postcard. Postcards, images of Costa Rica and the Caribbean beaches. It's almost inevitable you're going to see the iconic tree and the beach right in front of our house. So what I want to do is today I'm going to show you, and over the course of the week I'm going to show you the contrast of living on a postcard, the good and the bad. So the first half will be the good, and the second half will be, well, I don't want to say bad because I can't really find anything here that's bad, but some things maybe that I wish were a little bit different. So we're going to end this right now, and we're going to head out, and we're going to head out to the beach, and we'll pick it back up at the beach, okay? Okay, here we are. We're out on the beach, and we just brung our little buggy out. Say hi, Candy. And we're going to show, I'm going to kind of explain to you and show you what I mean by about living on a postcard, okay? So, come on, let's take a walk out here to the beach.
Hello.
Hey, dogs. So, we're walking out here to the beach, and it's, I mean, what can I say? It's Costa Rica. It is just absolutely gorgeous, okay? So, when anybody, or almost any picture you see of Costa Rica, it's going to have that right there. As you can see, the iconic tree leaning out over the water. And again, just absolutely beautiful. Mountains in the distance across the bay, as you can see. It's just beautiful out here. And so what we're doing is we're walking down here. We're going to walk down here to the beach, to the tree. And of course now we're going to get our picture on the tree. During the week, this is the beach. This is our beach in Costa Rica. Okay, as you can see, there's a few people walking around. Not many people doing what they're doing. No. Right. And now we're going to go over here. Now this tree here has got to be the most photographed tree in Costa Rica. Every person that comes to this beach, which by the way is the most popular beach in the Caribbean side of Costa Rica, it's Punta Uva. It's secluded, it's wide open. It's, of course, like all beaches in Costa Rica, they're public. And this tree right here probably has more visitors than any one spot of beach on the entire beach. Let's walk over and look at it before I take my picture on it, okay? Now, as you can see, looking at it, this tree has been sat on, walked on. It is so smooth all the way up this tree, from the hundreds and thousands of people that have come here and taken their picture on the beach. Okay? And it's a gorgeous beach. And here now is our picture on the iconic tree. And it's just amazing. And this is what I mean, we live on a postcard. I'm going to take you to another beach is on the way into town. And again, I'm going to show you what it's like during the week when it's not just during the week. This is the time that we really love the most here, is because of how secluded it is, how empty it is, how few people are here. It's just amazing. All right, we'll be getting back with you very soon. Next beach. Bye. Okay, here we are on Coqueless Beach, and we don't come here very often. We were here the other night with a friend of ours, Sherry, and we had a few drinks and enjoyed the beach. And there was a wedding party going on and stuff. But again, like I said, we live on a postcard, and I'm going to give you a walk on this beach and show you what I mean by that term, so we can continue to see what living on a postcard is like. Okay, so we're going to head in here to the beach. Just cutting through this a little bit. Okay.
And there's a surf place where you can get your surfboards if you need them.
This beach here is known for more waves than Punta Uva, and I'll show you that in a minute too. And it actually gets some surf. Some surfers will come out here especially during the weekends, and it's a really nice beach. Again, it's a popular beach. It's the one before Punta Uva. This is Cocla's Beach. And let me show you a little bit of Cocla's Beach, okay? There we go. As you can see, there's some really nice waves. An island over here off the side. This is just a gorgeous beach. Again, this is what it's like during the week. As you can see, there are a few people up and down the beach, but not very many. And this is one of the, like I said, the more popular beaches for a lot of younger people will come here.
And we get a chance, though. We plan on getting a boat, a little boat, like a little canoe, and go up to the island.
We're going to buy that island over there. I want to put my house on it. So that's, hopefully, yeah, right. No, I'm just kidding. I would love to buy it, but. And you can see the nice waves. So you can see where we get a little bit of surfers. Surfers would like it a little bit, you know. And they get bigger than this when the wind blows up some. It's an overcast day, but again, every day in Costa Rica
is just
beautiful.
It's, the riptide comes in at 12.
No, the tide comes in at 12. So we're just about at high tide. So the waves will be hitting a little higher up here on the beach here shortly. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take just a little walk down here. You can see they got I don't know if you can see that or not. They've got the yellow flag out, which is a swim warning, and it tells you that it's going to be hazardous swimming out there today.
If it was red, you couldn't swim. Like you see the red ones over there, you can't swim on that side.
Only the ones with the swim tags on them. Oh. Those mark out some other places part of the beach.
Oh.
See, just like this one here, that's not a swim flag. It marks the edge of the beach, and there's another one marks the edge of the beach, and they're all the way down the beach like that. And those are marking sections of the beach. The yellow one here, on the other hand, you can see the swimmer on it. That's telling you to take caution in swimming, that it's not real safe out there today. But again, living on a postcard, I mean, this is it. Can it really get any better than this? We're going to go have some lunch here in a little while, but we're going to make another stop on Playa Negra Beach. And we'll do a little walk down Playa Negra Beach, which is the third or the fourth beach on our stop here. And these are all within about, how far would you say, Candy? About 11 or 12 miles?
Yeah, but that beach, Playa Negra, it is hot. We have to wear our shoes to walk on that.
When it's sunny, we do. Today, I really don't know. Kids building in the sand and just having fun. It's, you know, like I said, well, here's the flag I was telling you about. And you see the swimmer on it and the caution flag. Again, pretty much international. That means caution, and that you shouldn't be out swimming in the ocean this time. And these people here, they're in close, so they're not in the tide, in the wave zone, so they're not going to be getting slammed by any big waves or anything. But again, this is Cocla's Beach, and we're going to head up and show you a little bit of it's not really a town. It is a town, but it isn't a town. as what we think of towns. This is got a few restaurants.
It's a pueblo.
Well, of course, the small towns in Latin America are called pueblos, and so we're going to show you a little bit of this town here as we walk through, coming up off the beach.
And if you want, you can have somebody cut you a pineapple.
Coconut.
Yeah, coconut.
Pretty popular. People will walk around and sell these for $1 a piece and whack them open, and the coconut milk in them is just awesome. It's just really, really good. Okay, we're coming back out the street. As you can see, there's a tuk-tuk park there.
There's lots of those.
Over here, there's some restaurants.
We're not going to any of those, though.
We're not going to be eating at any of these today. We're going to try a different one, I think, in Puerto Viejo. Maybe we'll go over to Playa Negra. Okay? And anyway, restaurants. Basically, that's about what's here is restaurants, and hotels. Most of these places have what they call casitas, or we would call cabins, in the back and on the side, on the top. You know, that they do Airbnbs for, and they're really popular. They're not all that expensive. If you look at the Airbnbs, it costs you almost less to rent it for a month than it does to rent it for a week. It's crazy. But, well, this is the high season too. It's starting in the high season, so prices are generally going to be going up a little bit in these tourist areas. So we're coming back to our little vehicle here, if you can see it, and we're going to be heading down to the next beach. We're going to go in Puerto Viejo to the Puerto Viejo beach first and show you the town beach, and again, what Puerto Viejo is like on a common day for us. All right, we'll talk with you in a few. Okay, we're here in Puerto Viejo, and right outside of the police station here. And not much of a police station. There's a couple of people sitting inside that do paperwork or whatever. But this is the Puerto Viejo beach, or not one of my favorites. It's got a lot of coral inland here. As you can see, I'll show you in a second here, that the coral stretches all the way to the beach, so it doesn't leave a lot for the swimming. There are pockets to where you can swim, but let me show you what I'm talking about here. You can see here, a little bit. Alright, you can see here, the coral comes all the way up to the water. So, really shallow, makes it rough for swimming. Not a good swimming area. This is all only dead coral. And as you come around the beach here, as you can see, there's a couple of people sitting up over here, but there's really nothing going on this beach. A couple fishing boats anchored up. They're so as far as a beach goes, when the tourists hit here Saturday, this beach will be crowded with people.
Yeah, and people will swim in that little thing.
They will be out here swimming in these little pockets. As you can see, the blue pocket here, in between the coral. If you can see that, we'll get in here a little closer. Let's see if we can see that. Now, if you can see the darker, the dark under the water, that's the coral, and then as it gets to the blue, that's a deeper pocket of water. And there'll be a lot of people out here in this weekend.
There's restaurants here.
Up and down there, it starts right about over here, and it's restaurants, and the town is just full of restaurants. We'll walk around one block and come back, and you can see how many restaurants are around one block in downtown Puerto Viejo. As we're walking down the beach here, as you can see, there's some folks coming up in front of us here. But as we're walking down the beach, you can see, like I said, the coral. The old coral where the reef used to be is all the way here on the beach itself. We're actually walking across some of it right now. And out here there's quite a bit of it. But as you see, just beyond it, it opens up into a big pocket of swimming water where people will be swimming. A couple of fishing boats. Again, the beach bar. And not a whole lot opens here in Costa Rica until, because of the laid-back lifestyle, until around 11, 12 o'clock, and then things start to open up. And as you can see, this one over here is just opened up.
It's a bar.
It's a bar and a restaurant. And already there, let's get the party started. So we're going to cut up here and go down a block. So we'll turn you back on in a minute. We'll get back with you in a minute as we start walking down the restaurant, what I call Restaurant Alley. All right, we've just come off the beach. As you can see, the beach is behind me, not very far. We're about a block off the beach, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a walk around the Coca-Cola delivery truck. No markings, but I'm sure you can tell what that is, right? All right, so we're going to head over here, and we're going to start looking at some of these, I guess to call it Restaurant Alley, and we're just going to circle one block, okay? So here we go. We're going to start here, and this one is a ropa, where you buy clothes, beach clothes. Next to it, upstairs, a vegan restaurant or vegetarian restaurant, and down here, Centro de Carne, Meat Central.
And they don't have meat,
so it's a
though.
butcher shop, but last time we went in there,
They had no meat.
Didn't have too much meat. Okay. So there's two restaurants.
Sherry knows her too.
We're heading up through here.
Did I hear you? Sherry
Hola.
knows her too.
Hola.
A bike rental. This is where you can rent the electric bikes for the day or for a week or for however how long. Another trinkets for tourists shop. That's what I like to call them, trinkets for tourists. And
In a pharmacy.
we're going to pan around over here, and this is the pharmacy over here. This is the pharmacy. Now, what's interesting about Costa Rican pharmacies is that you don't need a prescription for a lot of things. You can walk in there and ask the pharmacist for medication, and if you think you need it, he will give it to you. Now, I don't mean narcotics or anything like that, but it's just really weird that, like, for all my blood pressure medications, I didn't need a prescription for them. I took my bottles into it, and that's where they were filled. Okay. Now here is Del Pueblo, and it's a panaderia and restaurant. Another Cocomar, Comida Caribbean food. Okay. And then back over here, this is another one of the larger clothing stores here along the front of the beach. And as you can see, it carries quite a few items. Okay. And we're going to continue on down over here. Another one, this is Ushura's Pizzeria. Another restaurant here. A store here, liquor store here. Wine, and a big convenience store. And now we're going to round the corner here. So this is just a one-block tour of Puerta Viejo.
That's a pizzeria.
Over
too.
here, we've got a pizzeria sitting right here. Of course, not open at the moment. The town halls is where they meet in the weekends and things like that. And they were like partying there last weekend when we were there. We didn't stop and join them. We probably should have. Next time if we see it, we will. Over here, got a couple of clothing stores. Again, like I said, things don't open. You can see this one opens at 5 p.m. Here's the hours. 5 p.m. Okay, and they close at 11:30. This is Smash Burger. Okay, of course, another restaurant. This is a little strip mall like here. This is where the big pharmacy is at. This is where I got my medications filled at. Really friendly people, really kind, really willing to work with you and get you what you need. And another clothing store over here. This one opens up into the back. You can see it goes all the way to the back.
ice cream store.
An ice cream store.
A wellness group. Another gift store.
Another clothing store over here, another bakery right here, another panaderia here. Remember, this is just the first block walking into town, okay? There's another soderia over here. Comidas Caribbean. Caribbean food. Another one right next to it there.
Let's go see the menu.
Let's walk over and have a look at the menu, okay? Let's have a look at the menu here and see what's on the menu for this one.
And they don't have prices.
There we go. They're all priced. English and in Spanish, and over here it's in English. And as you can see, the prices, cocktails, pina coladas, $3,700, which is roughly about $8. Let's see. Fruit drinks, $2,500. Coffee, $2 to $1,000 or $2. You got rice and beans. Of course, they've got all the typical dishes. But this is one of the, like I was telling you, of the many. Here's another one walking right back across the street. And here's another restaurant right here. This one is right next to the little bakery that I showed you, Maria's Bakery. There's another one.
Let's see the menu.
Let's
see what they got.
Let's have a look at this menu.
They have it in English.
And we'll be back with you in just a moment. Thank you. Another bakery. These little street bakeries, you see them, they're everywhere. What they sell mainly is they sell empanadas, and the empanadas that they have are it's a folded pie. These are fruit. Then they have more than likely carne, pollo, and queso, which is chicken, beef, or
cheese.
Fish. Chicken, beef, or cheese. And here's the corner bar. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. Here's two more restaurants. There's one upstairs there, and then there's one right down below it right there. Another one over here. And the restaurant and bar here that we're walking around. So we've done 3 streets, and I think so far it's been 11 restaurants. And of course there's a Chinese restaurant over there. There's another Oriental restaurant right there.
And there's our fruits. Our fruits.
There, that should be a little bit better. I zoomed in a little bit. So you can see there's a Chinese restaurant over here, and there's another one over here. And we're rounding the corner and heading back toward the vehicle. And there's a lot to see in Puerto Viejo. There's a lot to do. A lot of different foods to taste. There's Italian, there's Chinese, there's Indian, there's of course the traditional. I love the traditional Costa Rican dishes, and that's what we're going to have today as well. And we'll show you that when we decide what restaurant we're going to eat at. We're going to try a different one today.
Here's one coming up.
And this is a restaurant, but it's closed at the moment.
What's the difference now? Plato de Dia is $33,000.
And Nanku is another restaurant. You want to eat here?
Yeah, we can.
On the beach? Sit right here. So I guess we're going to eat right here at Nanku's. We'll see in a minute, so we'll be back. Alright, leaving Nanku, we decided not to eat there. We're going to look for another place. We're going to head around here. And this is the back side of the block. Or, excuse me, they're still in the third long side block. And this is just a neighborhood playground.
Never see any kids here, though. Not yet.
So I don't know if it's for the tourists when they're at the water to, for their kids to play in. I'm sure it's something like that. It's always open. And as Candy said, we haven't seen any children here yet, so, And we're coming back up on the police station where we left the buggy parked at. So we're going to get the buggy. As you can see, oh, there's another one right down the street down here. There's another restaurant. Right down the street. And there's another one next to it. There's another two or three on this block over here. But we're going to decide next where we're going to eat at. And so we'll talk to you when we decide where we're going to eat. Later. Alright, we're here in Playa Negra beach now, the black beach. And this is our fourth beach on our whirlwind beach tour here today on a typical day of living in a Postcard, okay? So we're walking over to the beach, and let me show you the beach. I know you can see now why they call it Playa Negra, the black beach. Black sand for as far as you can see, and have a look. What do you see? That's right, nobody. Either direction. Oops, there's somebody way down around the beach down here. There's somebody. And beautiful water. As you can see, it's not rough. It's a nice day here. And we've decided to come over to this side and do this as the last beach. We're going to walk down the beach here for a minute and just have a look. We don't do much exploring on Black Beach, although we are talking about maybe making, well, we'll talk about that later. Again, this is Playa Negra, and the same thing goes for here as it goes for all of the tourist spots here in Puerta Viejo. If you look up, you can see the buildings in the background. Those are the start of restaurants. And basically, what we're getting out to here is where there's still some restaurants, but there's other things. There's the clinics, there's the dentist office, there's the optometrist, the hardware store, all the stuff that's not, that's really not, I want to say, not welcome in town, in Puerto Viejo itself. Okay, that's not touristy, so they're kind of kept to the outskirts of towns. And again, Playa Negra is not a real popular beach. Why? I don't know, other than when the sun's out, this sand is on fire. It is hot. But it's not if you stay on the edge of the water. So, pros and cons. I love it. It's a gorgeous beach. It's quiet. I don't want to say secluded because it's not. It's right off of the main strip here. As you can see, we just came across the main road here, and our little vehicle is parked right back over there across the street, okay, as you can see. Okay. And but this being the rainy season, if you look, you see a lot of flowers in the trees. The trees really come alive down here during the rainy season, don't they, sweetheart?
Yep, they do.
It is just gorgeous. Another one of the reasons that we love it here so much is just the sheer beauty of it,
And even when it rains, it's not that bad. I mean,
No.
it lasts for a couple hours maybe,
Yeah,
or
this
not
is the
even.
rainy season, and it does rain almost every day. But like she was just saying, it's for how long?
Maybe an hour,
And
maybe
it's
two.
generally when it rains is at night, correct?
Yep.
So we'll go to sleep to the patter of rain on the roof, and by the time we wake up, it may be still overcast, but it's going to be another great day in Costa Rica. Like all days in Costa Rica are just great days. So what we're going to do now is we're going to find some place to where we can get something to eat here in Playa Negra, because we haven't eaten over here, and we're going to give it a try. So we'll talk to you when we hit the restaurant and show you what it is that we're having for dinner or for lunch. All right? Talk to you later. Bye. Alright, we have decided that we're going to try this restaurant here. Ivano's El Domanico. Is this it? Candy, hold on. Here's the menu.
They got hamburgers.
I don't see, where did we see Gallo Pinto a minute ago? Right here. Alright, let's sit down and let's have a seat. We're going to have a seat here and we're going to give this place a try, I guess. Okay. Go inside. There's a nice seat right over here. Right by the nice breeze blowing right at the beach. And yeah, we'll eat here. Or would you rather sit out would you rather sit over there? Over there. And we're gonna sit right over here. How about this table right here?
Okay.
Right here.
Okay.
And we're here on Black Beach at a little restaurant. And we haven't eaten here before, so we're going to give it a try, and we'll let you know how it is. We'll pop back on in a minute once we decide what we're going to have. All right? All right. Okay, so here's what we ordered. Bacon, burger, and cheese, fries. We're both having the same thing. Kenny's having Coke, and I'm having coffee. Oh man, those look good. Oh, they are. That burger looks awesome, doesn't it? Alright, well, we're going to dig in, and this will be the end of our video for this week. And you guys have a blessed day, and talk to you later. Bye. Hey, I'm back. We're closing this chapter on the living on a postcard, and this is, I think, just probably one of the best shots I've done of the day. It's pretty amazing here, and I'll be showing you here in just a second. We're walking out to the gates, and there's my wife there, and there she is standing there, and watch as we walk up this Caribbean sunset. As you can see, the water sun shining off of the water, and if this isn't living on a postcard, I don't know what is. Remember when I told you about the tree earlier today? Have a look. There it is. And there is somebody on the tree, as always. But look at this. I don't know, it might be too bright for you to see, but this is just spectacular. And this is what we get to see every day. What do you think, Camden?
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Is that all you got to say, is you just love it?
No, I just love it.
It's utterly amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing.
Yep.
What could you ask for?
And this is what I mean, living on a postcard.
Let's sit down for a
And
little bit.
we will be showing you here in a couple of days, when the weekend gets here. We'll be showing you the other side of living on a postcard. So, all right, we'll talk to you later. Bye. Well, what we're seeing here, this is the first night of the full moon, and what we're doing is we're going out to see if we can perhaps see some turtles coming into nests. So we're going to walk out here to the beach, and we're going to see if we can't find any turtles coming up. Okay? All right, here we go. What are we looking for, babe?
Turtles.
All right, we're not just going to sit here and hold up the light. What we're going to do is we're going to put the light down there on the beach. Yep. You can see what we're going to do is we're going to walk up in here along the edge for a little ways. And hopefully see if we can't see a turtle coming up on the beach to lay its eggs. All right, we'll be getting back with you as soon as we can.